Are you feeling like your hormones are totally out of control, or you just feel like they're not entirely balanced and at their optimal state? Today's video, I'm going to share with you 6 ways to naturally balance your hormones so you get to feeling like your best, most optimized self. Stay tuned for this video. Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa Gallagher. I'm the founder of Natural Health Resources, and I am constantly balancing my hormones and the hormones of my patients. And I'm really excited to share with you so many answers to so many of your questions about hormonal imbalance. I want to start with 2 particular questions from my viewers. Liz Esguera, she says, late 30s, mood swings and anxiety. Who doesn't have mood swings and anxiety, even in your teens to your 60s and 70s? She says, I have this right before ovulation and before my period. Liz, we're gonna dig into how to resolve that and a lot of other symptoms. Also, another question we have from one of our viewers, ZPDoc96 says, adrenal fatigue, low T, and menopause. If any of these particular situations feels like it's resonating with you, I am really excited to share with you 6 tips to resolve hormonal imbalance. Tip number 1, the first and honestly most important tip that I can give you is to actually analyze your hormones. Clinically speaking, let's do some hormonal testing. If you haven't done hormone testing in the last 3 months, it's a good idea to definitely start analyzing your hormones. There are 4 core endocrine glands and hormone aspects that I think are the most important for us to analyze if you're seeking to truly balance your overall hormone structure. The first and most obvious are your reproductive hormones. Estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, those are 3 core hormones we want to analyze. The second gland we want to analyze, and I really feel like this is the one that is the most crucial and the most neglected by our medical community, is the adrenal glands. We actually want to test your cortisol levels as well as your DHEA levels. The third gland we want to test is the thyroid gland. That's the gland here. There are hormones produced by the thyroid, by your pituitary, and your liver. So we want to have a full complex of your thyroid gland. The fourth hormone we want to analyze is your D3. Those are levels produced, synthesized by your liver. And we also want to capture fasting glucose. That's going to tell us a little bit about the blood sugar imbalances that might be leading to some of those hormonal symptoms, PMS symptoms, as well as any infertility. By identifying our hormone levels, it gives us a much better idea of where you are in that structure and where you are in the leveling, so we can get really specific. I'll include links to test kits that I provide. We do all sorts of hormone-related test kits. I do adrenal stress test kits. These are test kits I can mail to you. You can take in the convenience of your own home, super easy with saliva, blood spot, and even dried urine. It's really important that you get those levels analyzed and have substantial data, because the worst type of hormone balancing is the guessing type, where you go, oh, I think I'm high on estrogen or I'm high on progesterone. And a lot of the symptoms for high and low, the polar symptoms, are often the same. So it becomes really important to identify that. Once we have that totally out of the way and we've got substantial data, then we can dig into the really important work. The next step is we really want to dig into your liver. Your liver is the epicenter of your hormone balance. Your liver actually produces 2 of the thyroid-related balancing hormones. Your liver is also crucial at balancing and metabolizing and detoxifying the body of excess estrogens. So when we're dealing with anybody who might have estrogen imbalance, high levels and or low levels, your liver becomes a crucial organ to detox. There are an assortment of ways to detox your liver. My most valuable way of detoxing liver is by introducing dandelion tea on a daily basis, 2 to 3 cups of dandelion tea, as well as introducing milk thistle. If we have substantial estrogen levels, it also becomes really crucial that we look at detoxing your life, detoxing your skincare, detoxing hormones and excess chemicals that are bombarding your liver, causing a lot of hormone imbalance. If you're curious about the steps and how to get started with detoxing your life, your skincare, your home care, I have a series that I recently hosted a guest to dig into green cleaning products, green makeup, green skincare. My friend Lisa and I dig further into how to promote a toxic-free lifestyle. I'll include links to that whole entire video series. I'd encourage you to check that out. We dig into all the different types of hormone disruptors, the specific chemicals you want to avoid. I'll leave that in that video series for you to watch and learn more. Third, fats. Fats are our friends. There are so many really key building blocks that we need to get from healthy fats. If you're living a fat-free diet, stop right now. That's one of the biggest reasons why you might be having hormonal imbalances. Healthy fats are the building blocks to your body producing the right level of hormones. If you're going fat-free and you're going really clean but not getting enough healthy fats, that could be a big factor. You don't necessarily have to go animal fat on introducing fats into your diet. I love eating avocados daily, nuts like Brazil nuts and cashew and walnuts and almonds are really great to incorporate into your diet. And they also have key minerals and key nutrients that boost and bolster the hormonal balancing within your body. Similarly to fats, I am a huge fan of eating seeds and nuts. Seeds particularly can balance your body. I'm gonna link to the seed cycling protocol that I recommend where you can incorporate seeds like pumpkin seeds and sesame seeds. Seed cycling is great for incorporating the benefits that seeds provide in terms of balancing estrogen, but particularly to answer the question of one of my viewers of that premenstrual cycle imbalance, what happens is your body sometimes gets overloaded with hormones. Seeds can be hugely beneficial in terms of helping your body metabolize hormones and detoxify them. The other thing that I find is seed cycling, especially at the tail end, the luteal phase, is where a lot of my patients will get natural lifts in progesterone, which really minimizes a lot of PMS symptoms. Stress management comes in at number 5 here on my list. I can't stress enough, literally, the stress hormone, cortisol, the role it plays on imbalancing our hormones. If you are dealing with any type of hormonal imbalance, menstrual cycle imbalances, infertility or menopausal imbalances and challenges where you're dealing with really intense symptoms, stress, the cortisol hormone, has to be something you zero in on. And I actually do cortisol testing via saliva. This is an adrenal stress test kit where we literally take vials of saliva throughout the day and measure those levels to identify if you are having peaks or really high spikes of cortisol. And even if you're dipping low where you have really low energy and it ends up being a factor for hormonal imbalances. There are a lot of different ways to manage your stress levels, and limit the way your body is dealing with stress, ultimately balancing those cortisol levels. I'm going to share with you a few of the most impactful resources that I have found not only in my own life, but in the lives of my patients that has been a huge benefit. The first and most impactful adaptogenic herb that helps to balance the whole entire endocrine system is CBD oil. CBD oil is hugely impactful. What I often find is it really cuts down on a lot of those symptoms that are challenging. Night sweats, hot flashes, irritability, moodiness, bloating, painful menstrual cramping, and even painful ovulation. It's really great for all of my patients that are dealing with PCOS and individuals who might be dealing with really intense cramping periods. The other adaptogen that I am a huge fan of is chaga. And I actually like to recommend Host Defense, which is a really good blend that incorporates chaga and other core adaptogenic mushrooms and compounds like lion's mane. One of the core ingredients in Host Defense is chaga. Chaga contains the highest ORC level. What that means is chaga is the highest natural occurring antioxidant out there in the world. What that also does for women who are dealing with hormonal imbalances, it minimizes the inflammation in your body, in your cells, in your reproductive tissue, and also helps calm the body. The other added benefit, clinically, chaga has been studied to decrease the likelihood and the extent of reproductive cancers. It's really great for minimizing cysts and tumors in the breast tissue and the uterine lining, on the ovaries, and even within the cervix. This is hugely impactful for helping your body adapt to stress mentally, emotionally, and physically. Huge fan of those. You can incorporate those every day into your regimen. It isn't uncommon for gut stuff to get kind of kicked up, especially when your cycle starts. You can incorporate CBD to cut and calm down the angst of the digestive process while your uterus is cramping. It'll also cut down on the degree of major cramping and pain you're feeling. And last and final, vitamin D3. This, friends, is crucial. I'm going to recommend you check out my dosing download. It's a free download where you can identify where your levels of dosing might need to be for you to balance your vitamin D3 levels. D3 is actually not a vitamin, it's a hormone, and it's synthesized by your liver. If you're dealing with any type of liver toxicity or thyroid imbalances, without fail, your vitamin D levels are going to be lower. I recently had mine tested at the end of summer, and what I found was that post breastfeeding and kind of with all the move and the stress of life, that my D levels were in the low 40s. And so I put myself on a significant regimen, even though I was taking 5,000 IUs a day. It just wasn't enough. So I personally have bumped my dosing level up to 50,000 a day. And boy, have I noticed some significant differences. It's seriously like an antidepressant, and it balanced out my menstrual cycles. So vitamin D is huge for balancing your hormones. It also is a building block. And that's one of the things that I want to impart to you today. There are a lot of different aspects at balancing your hormones. So ladies, balancing your hormones is a very intricate process, and it's not one that's going to kind of take place overnight, and it's not one I don't want you to feel like you are entirely responsible for knowing the ins and outs of all the different things to do. What I'm going to invite you to do, if you haven't done it already, please subscribe to my channel. I am going to be producing more hormone balancing related content, and in fact, I am kicking off this month a thyroid related educational webinar. It's a free webinar. I'm going to invite all of you ladies to attend because balancing your thyroid is really fundamental to balancing your hormones. It's not the only thing that needs to be balanced, but it really is crucial, especially for women who are having menstrual irregularity, infertility, or any woman who is going through any type of perimenopausal or menopausal symptoms. This thyroid webinar is actually open up to everybody of all ages, men and women. So I hope you will join and grab some of your friends and family members to be a part of the webinar experience. It's free. I'm going to include a link where you can register and get your seat. I know that seats are going to go. We only have a limited quantity of participants because it's our first webinar of the year, and I want to make sure we do it right, but I hope you will attend. Thanks everybody for your time. I will see you on Friday's video.